Hello there, this is Diane from Stamping with Diane in Innisfil, Ontario, and I am here with project number 4 using the Dainty Delight stamp set and coordinating dies and the Dainty Flowers Designer Series paper found in the Celebration flyer, available until the end of February or while supplies last. So starting off with a half sheet of our basic white cardstock. You can use the thick cardstock if you wish, or the regular thickness I find is generally just fine for an ordinary card as long as you don't have too many layers. So I've just scored that at 4 1/4, and it is our regular, 5.5 by 4 1/4. Then I've taken a piece of our Dainty Flowers paper and cut it down so it's just a little bit smaller at the 5 1/4 by 4 inch mark. But we're going to dress that up before I adhere it to our card base. I also have a circle cut out, and that's going to come on here. And this month we've been featuring a lot of the thank you for your kindness. So in your kit you're going to find the tailored tag, tasteful labels, and no, maybe that's from Potted Succulents. Anyway, I've die cut a tag for you, but I thought today I might feature, this is one of the new, it's called the Essential Tag, and it is available in the Celebration flyer. It was an add-on in the month of February. So I got this one free, and I think it's a great value. Our punches are usually $26, so I got that free with a $60 order. So I thought I'm going to try the Celebrate You on there, and I'm going to pair it with the Rich Razzleberry because I do have a nice piece or feature here of the flower in Rich Razzleberry. So I've got my block here and just lightly tapping, and we'll pop the Celebrate You. And as I say, that fits really nicely on that label. And if you wanted to use the thank you for your kindness, I would suggest using the longer label that I included in your packet. Excuse me. So I've also die cut using our Dainty Delight dies, and I've die cut this out of Soft Succulent, and this one is out of the Vellum, and it kind of gives that look of the Queen Anne's lace. But I thought we're going to touch this up a little bit. I've got the Soft Succulent here, and I've got just one of my sponge daubers. I just want to bring this a little bit darker. So just adding a little bit more of the same, the tone on tone, and I'll do a bit of the stem here as well, just to give this a little bit more pop against the vellum. So this card is going to go together quite simply. We're going to be layering like so. Add your circle, add your tag, and I think we'll probably pop this in underneath like this. So let's attach this one first. When you're attaching vellum, sometimes the glue will show through. So I'm choosing to use our white glue and the silicone mat. I'm not too worried if it does show through a little bit because I've got the other piece to add on top. So just a couple of dots of our white glue on the back of the vellum. That's going to come in about here. And now I'm just going to let that kind of sit for a minute. And yeah, the color is squishing through there, but that's okay, not a problem at all. And then this is going to come up about here. Okay, before I do any more on that, let's pull in our linen thread, And the linen thread I want to wrap around this base. So this is giving me kind of a starting point, so I know I don't want to go up that high with my thread. So on the back, what I like to do is just put a little piece of our seal adhesive down the one side and the other side. Pop this underneath, and that's going to secure that end in place. And then I'm going to wrap it once, twice, and let's go 3 times, and snip that off. Okay, so that's going to be sitting like so. I think I'm going to have my circle here. This is going to be coming through this way, and my label will be right in here. So let's make a little bow with this as well. Maybe we'll put the bow on this end. So just making a couple of bunny ears here with the linen thread. I use this linen thread a lot, because I find it, just the neutral color, I find really coordinates with a lot of our papers. If I want something a little bit less flowery, I find this works really well. And I like just wrapping as we've done here. So then I hold on to the center of the knot and just pull on either end until I get the size I'm looking for. And I think that's going to be just fine. Snip it off. And okay, let's go ahead and start attaching. I'm thinking this is a wee bit wide. I got a little bit too much white showing here. So I'm just going to snip a little tiny bit off of that. Just customize this label a little bit more than even it was. This is called the Essential Label Punch. There we go. So now I just have a little bit less of the white showing, and I like that better. Okay, let's use some of our seal, and I'm going right across the center of this circle die cut, and that's going to help hold down our thread. Add a little bit of white glue to the back of my delicate die cut here, and layer that on top of the vellum. Let it kind of come underneath. Just holding that in place for a minute. I'm not worried about down here because I'll use a few dimensionals on the back of our essential tag. Put a few here, give it some height. Just using the mini dimensionals here today. That should do it. And then I'm going to grab a glue dot for our center of the bow. So I'll pop this just to, that's going to hold our flower into place. Here's our glue dot. I love these mini glue dots. They're so easy to pull off, and they are, you can kind of form the shape of them a little bit. I'm going to put it right in here, and I just attach the knot to that. And now let's not forget it's tucked, it was tacked down a little tiny bit due to the Stampin' seal we had used to adhere our our linen thread. So this is our white card base, and layering this with our Dainty Flowers Designer Series paper, using the plain side and then having the die cut out of the other side. Now let's get a few embellishments. So I've chosen the adhesive backed milky dots, and there's a few different color choices here. And I think I'm going to slide it all the way down and pull out some of the more gold tone, just to pick up a little bit of the gold in the flowers up in the corner. So let's slide one of the larger ones on, and a couple of the smaller ones up here. I love that they're already adhesive backed, and there we have it. So this is the Celebrate You version, again using the Dainty Delight, but I made a couple of others. As I showed you, I used a larger circle on this one and the different size label. I paired it with with the Fresh Freesia or Highland Heather, this could be, and I embossed the background and made it more a Valentine or a love you card. And something similar again, pairing these colors, so you can pull any colors out of your designer paper and make the sentiments. So this one says kindness matters. All right, so I hope you like that one. That's the end of our Dainty Delight series. So next month, for the month of March, we'll be pairing with the bordered I'll be pairing the decorative borders with the kind and sincere. So this one is all sentiments on kind and sincere, and all decorations on the borders. So that will be the month of March, and I hope you enjoyed those cards. Let me know if you make them up and if you like that design. The other thing, of course, you can do is add a little strip of that designer paper on the back of your envelope flap. Really dresses that up and makes the person receiving the card excited to see what's inside. Take care and have a great day.